Welcome back to Nerd Thug Radio on this wonderful Friday. I'm the Captain Joey Savage.
Corey DLG.
And I'm Cole Baldridge.
You listen to us at Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Sister stations.
Worldwide at
IRLoneStar.com.
Also find us www.nerdthugradio.com.
Is that true?
That's fact, brother.
Okay. All right.
That's the real deal, Holyfield. And before we get into this crazy football game that happened earlier,
I do like George Foreman grills.
I do like those. We can talk about that too if we want.
Okay.
More food, why not? Speaking of food, we got friends at Papa John's.
That's right, we do. So Papa John's Pizza is now hiring. They have roughly 100 jobs they're trying to fill in the Huntsville, Conroe, Woodlands, North Houston, Spring area. Go to pjhouston.com. That's where the online application is. You go to the Papa John's, you click on Papa John's, and you try and apply right there. If you have a good driving record and a valid driver's license in a car, you could be delivering pizza, which means your very first day of work, you could take home cash money.
Money in your pockets.
And as a thank you for being a Nerd Thug Radio listener, it's buy one, get one free. You type in Nerd Thug Radio, all one word, and the coupon code at papajohns.com. And what you get there is buy one, get one free on delivery or carry out.
In the greater Houston area. So what you want to do when you go to papajohns.com, in the top right, there's a promo code.
Yeah.
You want to put Nerd Thug Radio immediately in there. It'll take you through the steps to get your buy one.
It literally
get one.
walks you through a buy one, get one free pizza.
I want to see a guy who's a pizza delivery guy but has to use an Uber to deliver his pizzas.
I mean, I've used a rental car before.
Yeah, that's not smart.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like,
I also had
I'm
to-
here to work. Where's your car?
Oh.
Let me know my first delivery. As Uber's on its way.
Yeah.
I'll split tips with you, bro.
Yeah. I don't know how that would go. Like, you know what?
It sounds like you really run a net deficit.
That would be a good
by the end
TV
of the first
show.
day.
It would, but like if you had, so I knew this girl who had a job bartending. She got in trouble legally. She needed a legit job on paper because she was working illegally at the bar while she was doing illegal stuff. So she worked at Whataburger 2 days a week at the minimum wage and literally like was Ubering and it wasn't anywhere like she was probably breaking even for the week between the Ubering back and forth twice a week
And Whataburger.
And the reason she was doing that is on paper she needed to have
A real job.
a W-2 so she could tell the judge she has a good a job.
That's smart-ish.
So I could see someone reasonably doing that. Also, if their buddy's the Uber driver, they're just hanging out with their friend all day.
Yeah.
And the Uber, a lot of times they have like promo campaigns where if you take X amount of runs within a certain amount of time, you get bonuses. So in theory,
Hey, my pizza was like 10 minutes late. Oh, sorry, my Uber driver had to drop someone off at the house down the street first.
See, what you need to do, this could be really good sitcom material. So what you do is you have a pizza delivery driver with no car, and his best friend is an Uber driver with no clients.
there you go.
So they're like,
His one client is so then they
one
fight about
client
who
is
goes.
the dude. They split tips.
They
but
fight about who goes to the door.
Yeah, but then they record it all on the Uber track, so then maybe you get all the promos and the spiffs and stuff.
Right. See.
Nailed it.
you could easily do that show. Like, you stick like a dash cam in
Be
the
a great
car.
cartoon show.
It could be,
cartoon?
but none
Yeah.
of us can animate.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm animated.
Yeah. He's the
You're
animated
animated.
assassin. The animated assassin, bro.
Right.
Why you
Yeah, but-
laughing? Punch you in the face, wipe that blood off your nose with a napkin.
Does this face look like I'm laughing?
That's his laugh face.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
So,
Ha ha.
so Monday night.
See?
Ha ha.
Speaking of laughing, Monday night.
Oh yeah.
Huge football game.
Crazy game. College football.
Huge college football national championship. Georgia versus Alabama. Two states right side by each other.
So coming into this, who did you think, all whatever hoopla aside, coming into the game, who did you feel like was going to win it?
Zach Brown Band won.
Alabama.
Zach Brown Band?
Yeah,
Alabama.
they won with that anthem.
That was a good anthem.
That was a good
That
anthem.
was a solid anthem. Also, President Trump trying to sing the national anthem and then them doing the bad lip reading on YouTube now is hilarious.
Oh, I gotta
Find
watch that.
But no, coming into it, my heart was going for Georgia because that's why I have family there.
True.
But my head was like Alabama. They've got a quarterback who knows what he's doing. Georgia has a true freshman. Took Georgia 2 overtimes to get by Oklahoma.
See, I was gonna say the overtime thing kind of made me feel like Georgia was maybe a little bit readier, more
But
ready.
it took them 2 overtimes to beat Oklahoma.
But that's a good tough get ready game.
Right, but then you
whereas
have
Alabama who just stomped.
right. You have
Clemson
Alabama who goes against Clemson, who was the national champion.
previous, but in college football every year everything's different.
Right, but
So it's not.
Clemson they were undefeated, right?
No,
No, they had lost one game, right?
Yeah.
The only other team was UCF, the true national champion.
Right. UCF, They've been going around USF, I believe, South Florida.
Yeah, they had their own
They've
parade.
They had a parade at Disney World. They've been walking around calling themselves national champs now for a week.
That's awesome.
I mean,
they are. They're undefeated.
They're undefeated.
They should have given them a chance. They should have given them a chance instead of Alabama simply because they were undefeated.
Well, but you gotta.
Why not? They're the only undefeated team.
So here's sort of how I feel about this. Is if Alabama and Clemson. So last year Alabama and Clemson played. Clemson won
3 years in a row, right?
That was the second year in a row they'd met. The year before Alabama had beat Clemson.
And then Clemson beat Alabama.
Correct.
Now they're playing in the playoff.
Now the rubber match for the playoff game. So here's the thing, though. If both teams come to the playoff, quote unquote, good playoff eligible, I feel like you have to put them in the playoff no matter what. So that's 2 of the 4 spots right there.
I just don't like the playoff.
It needs
it
more.
should be 6 teams.
It should be 6.
Teams 1 and 2.
No, you know what?
You know what? The bye.
Forget 6.
8.
I want 40 teams.
Oh, 40 teams.
I want
Get rid of the bowl games.
I want the bowl games to be the playoff games.
Yeah, that'd be good. 64 then.
Yeah,
it's a sweet 16.
64.
It's a sweet 16.
Because then by week 3 you're down to 8 teams anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah, why not?
Yeah,
that'd be the whole month of December.
And you can't say logistically they can't do it because college football 2 does do it.
Yeah.
So you already know that it's possible because they already run a system. But it's just the corrupt NCAA.
But yeah, coming into the national championship game, I was thinking Alabama. They had, like I said, they had a quarterback who's been there before, lost 2 games in like the last 2 years, and that was the previous national championship game. One game that season. He's looked fantastic. They came in and just demolished Clemson, who had been a high-powered offense.
But the problem is they lost to Auburn.
Right.
And so
everybody lost to Auburn.
But here's except Auburn wasn't in the playoff.
Nope.
So here's the thing.
Georgia lost to Auburn.
As an alumni.
And then beat Auburn.
Oh, as somebody, not an alumni. I'm not an alumni. As someone who's been in Alabama and seen all like the Iron Bowl and lived in the state of Alabama for a year, I had a buddy, like our 3rd week on campus, he got a parking ticket and the police officer who wrote the parking ticket wrote War Eagle on it.
Nice.
Because literally that's how much they care.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
That's how much they care.
It's a big deal.
So when you go to that game and you lose it, to me, I could see them having a letdown. And the Clemson game being so easy for them, I could see them thinking, oh, well, if Clemson's easy, Georgia's nobody. So I kind of was on the fence coming into the game about how it was going to go. But
so you come into the game.
And Georgia's doing well.
You get through half one.
Man, so Georgia's rolling.
They're on fire.
The freshman quarterback looks great.
Jake Fromm looks great. Alabama's, not a senior, but their seniored quarterback.
Right.
Not looking hot.
Jalen Hurts
at all.
He looked like he didn't. It just looks like he didn't want to be out there.
And you come back from halftime, and all of a sudden, Alabama now has their true freshman backup quarterback who literally hadn't played a meaningful snap since like November 15th when they were up like 56-0 on some team. Like, this kid probably didn't prep to play the entire week of this game. And all of a sudden, you've got a second half of a national championship game.
And you throw him out there.
With 2 true freshmen battling it out.
So, Papa DLG is a former coach. He and I love talking sports. So I'm talking to him during the game. And it's about halfway through the 3rd, and I'm telling him he wasn't watching the game, and I told him what had just happened. And he was like, that's interesting. I said, does that make Nick Saban really smart? And he goes, well, no. You said they were losing and that they weren't moving the ball, right? I said, yeah. I said, no, they weren't moving the ball. I said, Jalen Hurt, it was like 50 yards total in the half.
Switch it up.
He goes, well, you don't play to tie games, and you don't play to lose them.
Right.
And I said, okay.
Cool.
Because at first you want to be like, Nick Saban's the smartest coach alive.
Right.
But then all of a sudden you're like, well, if you're not moving the ball.
But he is the greatest college coach ever.
He is, and it's going to be because of wins, and it's going to be because of titles and all that.
Well, you got to think, when he came to Alabama, they weren't a powerhouse.
Well, yes and no. When Franchone left, which is, there's a coach in between the two of them before Saban comes, Franchone had coached, they were on penalty, but his team was the best team in the SEC. I think they had 9 or 10 wins. They were just bowl ineligible.
Right.
So the next guy comes in, and they go down to 7 and 8 wins, and that's not good enough in Alabama. That's not good enough in Alabama.
Here comes Saban.
They always were a good team. Saban he reloads, man.
Right. It's crazy.
This
quarterback is from Hawaii, and he's in Alabama.
Right. And it's
long story short, the 2 freshmen make a couple mistakes. They get into a second overtime. The freshman takes a huge sack, puts him out of field goal range.
The first overtime, I believe.
Second one. Yeah,
you're right. He made the field goal the first time.
Yeah, and so they trade off, and Georgia kicks like a 50-yard field goal. First play, sack, out of field goal range. At that point, I'm like, this game's over. Like,
Yes.
Georgia wins.
Yeah.
Next play, he tosses a 42-yard touchdown pass. Game over.
Right.
Just done. Right? Out of nowhere.
And I was telling you, when they lined up that play, my eyes lit
got a
up.
feeling.
My eyes lit up.
Yeah, I made Ali Savage watch it like 12 times to kind of show what was going on. It was a brilliant play.
It is. It's the kid not only showed moxie, but when you talk football, what happened there on the field was a big deal. That's good quarterback stuff that he did.
It just leads me to believe that all Atlanta is good at is losing big games.
Not interested.
And
That's
trap
stupid.
music.
And chicken and waffles and so many
Chicken and
other things.
Waffles came from Roscoe's, like out in Cali.
And HeroClix World Tournaments. Well, not anymore because they're going to
But yeah, I
Alabama.
mean, how much does it have to suck to be a fan in Georgia? Your two football teams in the two biggest games, and they blow leads to lose championships.
I don't know. It's better than not being in the game at all.
I don't know about that.
If I'm an Atlanta fan, at least.
And the game was in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's the weird
That's
part.
tough.
Like that worked out so great for Georgia,
Yeah,
and then they just
drove ticket prices up because so many
Right.
Georgia fans had season tickets and were able to get tickets first.
and then they just laid
And
that
they
egg.
just laid. They fell apart. You know what happened in the second half? They played not to lose instead of playing to win.
that they felt they were all of a sudden it was like, hey, what is this? 6 possessions, 8 possessions? Let's take this away. We can win this.
And there's a rookie. There's a freshman quarterback. What are they thinking? We got this.
Right.
He came in, immediately sparked it. And then as soon as he made a mistake, and you're like, oh, Georgia's got it. Alabama's defense came back and made a big play and took it back.
We talk about the interception. Yeah.
So I mean,
right.
crazy stuff.
Alabama is just the better team.
They were
It's just a better.
They
I
were.
feel like they. I
two
don't wanna
brothers
say-
both playing wide receiver against each other.
I like that
One's
story.
number 1 in the world or the
in
country.
the country. I don't want to say Georgia blew it. I'm going to say Alabama won it. I don't like to focus on the negatives, and plus, I do think Alabama did something really tough to do in the second half of that game.
They did. This is really tough, and that's called taking a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up this Friday edition of Nerd Plug Radio. You're listening to us on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
It's just the stations.